the next. And I can remember looking at the charts. And I can remember looking at charts, even just now, to this day, I can remember looking and I can remember seeing that triple diamond income and thinking, that's just crazy. Like, nobody could possibly $10,000 a month selling wraps. That's insane. Okay. So from that point, I disregarded triple and beyond. I didn't believe it. I didn't it wasn't even on my radar. So I promoted to double diamond in 6 months. And from there, I got complacent. I got comfortable. And I think I got comfortable for numerous reasons. And I think a lot of you might be able to relate to this. But one of the main reasons is when I promoted to double, there were many other leaders coming into the business after me, and it felt like they were promoting to ambassador in 3 days. And as soon as this happened, comparison started like crazy. I started comparing my success to their success. I started comparing what I was doing to what they were doing. I started comparing everything that I was doing to them, and I was doubting myself. I was doubting my team. I was doubting what I was capable of doing. And in doing that, I sat at Double Diamond for 2 years. So during that entire time, business was so slow. I maintained double, but I honestly, I can't even tell you how. My enrollments were down. What I compare this to is honestly like when you're driving a vehicle. Okay, you're driving a vehicle and you should be looking straight ahead. You should be looking at what's ahead of you, what your goal is, where the finish line is. You should be looking there. You shouldn't be looking backwards. But what I was doing is I was looking right and I was looking left. And looking right and looking left, I veered off my path, and I veered it off bad. I lost what worked for me. I lost my passion for the business. I lost everything. It took me 2 conferences. I finally got to my second conference as a double diamond, and I said, I am not coming back a 3rd time as a double diamond. And it was then that I decided, okay, something's got to change. And I can remember Mark saying when he was on stage, that you have to put on your blinders. You have to put on your blinders and you have to focus about where you're going and where you're headed and what your journey is, and stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. And whenever that happened, I promoted to triple in March. The conference was in January. I promoted to triple in March and presidential in June. And then I was at presidential for 1.5 years. And then after 4 years in the business, I promoted to ambassador. So my biggest thing that I was my biggest downfall, my biggest, regret still and to this day is just comparing myself to what everybody else is doing. And after even going ambassador, I'll be 100% honest with all of you. Once I got to ambassador, I kind of had this whole mindset thing again, and I forgot what it was that I was doing that even got me to ambassador. I forgot what was working for me that got me to where I was. And it wasn't until last month that I had to have that mind shift again, and I had to reevaluate what I'm good at, what got me here to begin with, and I'm just now starting to get that ball rolling again. So I'm not finished yet, and I don't know. I just love this business, and I have a huge passion for it and what it's done for our family's life, and yeah, that's kind of my story. We can't hear you, Deb.
Okay, here I am. Love your story, because I think for a couple things come to mind. First of all, it was $199 to enroll back then, and now we can barely squeeze $99 out of people now. Yes. So even harder then. But you maintained double. There were no bonuses back then, were there?
I was going to say that too, and I actually forgot to, because again, that's a big part of my journey. In my first 2 years of the business, in the entire time I promoted to Diamond and Double, there was not one bonus available for me to get. There wasn't a Ruby bonus. There wasn't a Diamond bonus, no Double Diamond bonuses. My sponsor didn't believe in doing contests. That never was an incentive for me. It was, honestly, for me, it was my family. And it was earning that $500, and it was earning that $1,000, and it was earning that $5,000 a month. That was big enough incentive for me. That pushed me. That drove me to work my business. And yeah, I didn't have a good bonus until I went triple. And that was three and a half years in the business.
That's crazy. And so I feel like too, when on Friday night when Pam said, I hope they never bring the bonuses back. Yeah. And I have to agree with her on that, because I feel like I have seen it in our team, and I'm sure you probably saw it in your team, that after conference, everybody got to work.
Yes.
Everybody pushed so hard for the bonuses. And right. I said this the other night on a Zoom. You all are like throwing in the fit that you're going to make a $20,000 bonus, when in reality what you need to focus on is that you can make $20,000 a month.
Yes.
That's what you've got to focus on, the rank. And you got to work like your little heart is burning up, because it is right there for you. But not if you sit back and think, I got to wait for a bonus. Why would you wait for one $20,000 bonus when you can make that every single month?
Exactly. To me, and what I tell my team a lot, is that bonus that we had for a couple of years was like a dangling carrot. Okay, it was a dangling carrot. It was bragging rights almost. Okay, so we have to consider, would you rather have $400 a month or $1,900 a month? That's okay. That $400 a month is going to go away anyway. My triple diamond bonus that I got, my $25,000 triple diamond bonus, is gone. Right. But it's pushing forward. It's pushing for that income chart. Those income charts don't have the good bonuses on them. That triple, double, even double, triple presidential ambassador, those incomes, those are what changes the game. They're good bonus. The good bonuses.
Exactly. So do you think that you had like a moment that made you realize that you had your that you were looking to the right and to the left rather than looking forward? Do you think you had a moment? I mean, speak to that. Like what? Because I mean, that's a long time, Elisha. When you look at what other people think, that we got to go, in a couple of years. And I love your story, because you were in this business for everybody, and then we'll unmute us. Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, so unmute yourself, okay, Elisha?
Got it.
So, I mean, I feel like 5.5 years, and like at It Works You, they had you stand up, how long you've been in the business, and is it Melody McFarland that's been in over the 10 years? I mean, there are people who've been in here a long time. We all think we've been in this business 2 years, and why are we not at the top of the food chain? It's still great money on the way up. So did you have a kind of an aha moment that switched it for you?
Okay, there were a couple. Okay, because I had the one when I was at Double, and honestly, it was sitting in the chair at conference, and it was sitting to the chair at conference and realizing that I was there for a second time as a Double Diamond, and realizing that I was not going to go another year and show up next year as a Double Diamond. And in that moment, I can remember thinking, okay, because they had announced, the bonuses, they had announced some new things that were the promotions that were going on. And it was realizing at that moment that I have to do what got me to Double to begin with. And what got me to Double to begin with was what Pam says. He or she who wraps the most people wins. I was wrapping people. I was doing parties, and I was on Facebook. Those things got me to Double Diamond. And those things got me to triple, and they got me to presidential, and they got me to ambassador. And I guess, the big realization that I had, even just like I said last month, after I'll be ambassador, it'll be a year this month. And it was realizing that I was focusing so much on social media because, corporate was focusing so much on social media and Instagram and running your business that way. And they were training so much on that. And that's when I veered right and I veered left to try to run my business differently. And it wasn't till last month that I realized that's not me. I'm not good at Instagram. I personally can't do it that way. I need to do what got me here to begin with. I need to be wrapping people. I need to be doing parties, and I need to be using Facebook. So it's just getting really, really real with yourself and realizing that your business is at a standstill. And when Pam asked us Friday night if your checks were hovering, and if your checks are hovering around this certain number, then you're not putting in enough people for the amount of people that are quitting. So at that moment, I realized I've got to change my game. I've got to step it up, and I've got to do more if I want to do more for my family and for my team.
And I feel like that's such a good point too, that I think sometimes that people think you get to a certain level and you stop working. We don't, no matter where you are. Like today, the last few days, I've been really working hard, messaging, following up, all that kind of stuff. And finally, I was able to, I signed a distributor, a gal that wants it. She's excited. And it just feels good to work your business and not be in management mode and worry about what other people are doing. I'm just going to focus on what I know and how I can help people get where they want to go too.
Yes, that keeps our fire going. Mm-hmm. That keeps, it keeps it lit. It keeps our passion alive, is whenever we're helping other people and we're pouring into our teams instead of scrolling through Facebook, watching what other leaders are doing, watching how they're promoting, watching how they're growing their businesses. Like for me, it keeps my fire lit and my passion alive to just pour into my team and to see what they're doing.
Right. And the one thing I think people fall prey to is worrying about somebody that's not working. Mm-hmm. You can't worry about somebody that's not working. When they're ready, they'll come. If they don't, they're not going to. But you are spending too much energy worrying about that. You just need to find a new, like I signed Beth Ann today. Beth Ann is going to be a new runner. I can feel it. I know it. She wants it, and it's going to happen. So I'm there to match her energy and go with that. I'm not going to worry about the 12 other people that maybe I've enrolled that aren't ready to run right now. You cannot focus. Again, that's the same. You're looking right and left and not looking forward and just like, I'm going for it.
Yes. We had our ambassador dinner Saturday night after It Works You, and this was something that we actually talked to Pam about. And one of the girls that was at the dinner who won the ticket asked her, she's like, what do you do with people that quit? What do you do when somebody quits on your team? And she's like, I don't care. I don't focus on them. You have to realize that people just quit. People quit their jobs. People quit at, a new hobby, working out. People just quit things. She said 1% of the boys that go into Boy Scouts make it to Eagle level. 1%. This business isn't going to be for everybody. There's going to be people that come into your business. You can't find them the next day. There's going to be people that come into your business, and in 6 months, they thought they were going to be a millionaire, and they're gone. Okay. There's just going to be people that quit, and your job is to simply just keep finding more people. That's our only job is to put wraps on people and sign customers and distributors.
Exactly. And I would love to actually say to everybody on here, all 25 people, who has put a wrap on somebody in the last 7 days? Mm-hmm. I have.
That was a huge, huge realization for me too. And we had our Zoom yesterday with Pam, and she's like, you're hearing these things from your teams. Like they're complaining, like my team isn't working. My check was down, my volume was down and whatnot. And she's like, the first thing that you need to ask them is, when was the last time you wrapped somebody? When was the last time you were belly to belly with somebody? When was the last time you were in a home doing a party? That's what you need to be asking yourself. And that was a big aha moment for me.
Yeah. And I feel like we all think we've got to have something new, like you were saying, an Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. And yes, those are great tools. And there are a lot of people that can build a business with that. But if it's not working for you, if you realize you're spending way too much energy on that and it's not really what you can do well, which that's me. I mean, I just feel like that's not who I am. I can't do that. But I can talk to somebody on the phone and I can share with them about this opportunity. And they hear my excitement and they know that I believe in it and they're ready to jump on board. Whereas if I'm texting somebody and misspelling words and blah, 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 it's just not working. I got to do what I know works for me. And I did it again today. So that's all you have to do is find out what you can do.
Find your niche. And this is one of the biggest, I guess, hurdles in this business is to really find what you're really good at. Find what your niche is. If it's Instagram, freaking run with it. My sister is a rock star at Instagram, but I'm not. I'm good at Facebook. I'm good at doing the parties. Do what works for you. If just running wrap parties is going to work for you, if that's your niche, run with it. Just run with that and don't worry about what Susie or, Sue down the street's doing. Just do what works for you.
So as long as you brought up Chrissy real quick, I would love if you could just tell her story a little bit.
Yes.
Chrissy is her sister, and I did the sister sandwich. That she was the other gal on the other side. And she spoke at the Made for More last year in December, and I had never heard her story before. I'd never met her before. And I was like bawling just because I thought, I think everybody needs to hear this story. Can you just tell her story a little bit?
Yeah, she's got a really, really good story. So I got started in March, and she became one of my very first loyal customers. And she was a loyal customer for about 4 months. And in this entire 4 months, she was a hairstylist. So I kept telling her, Chrissy, you really need to do this with me. You need to become a distributor. I think you would be really good at it. It took me 4 months for her to really decide to do it, but the main reason was because they didn't have the money. They were planning for their wedding. They were putting everything on credit cards. They just didn't have the money to get started. Again, it was $200 at the time. So finally, after 4 months, I somehow twisted her arm and she became a distributor. And she got started. I gave her first 2 loyal customers. She got our dad as her third and her one of our friends, mutual friends, as her fourth. So she got her first 4 loyal customers. And after that, she quit. She was done. And then she continued to, obviously she's my sister, so she's watching me. She's seeing that I'm being successful. I'm promoting to Double Diamond. And she decided she's going to get back into it again. So she gets back in, she makes a post on social media, nobody likes it, nobody comments, and she quits. So she quits again. Again, she's watching me again. She decides for the 3rd time that she's going to get back into it and she's going to give it another shot. So she gets back in, she makes a post on social media, she sends out messages to a bunch of people, and it was the really, really long, spammy message where everybody, she's getting messages back I think you just spammed me. I don't know what's going on here. So after that, she's like, okay, I'm done again. I'm quitting again. And it wasn't until right before, I guess it was November or December, I somehow twisted her and her husband's arm to get them to conference. And she says, I don't know how you did it because, in the background, her husband is not being quite as supportive. He's telling her that she needs to get a second job, that she needs to find a job that's going to pay her real money. And this was literally going to be the last straw before she quit and she gave up on it for good. So somehow I got them to jump on a plane, spend money they didn't have on the tickets, spend money they didn't have on the hotel rooms and on the flights and whatnot. And it was that conference that completely changed her business. So we sat in the audience together. She was a distributor and I was Double Diamond, and she sat there and from that point on, she decided that she was going to work. So she promoted to Diamond, I think in April. So she promoted to Diamond in April, and a month later, every single person but one on her Diamond chart quit completely. And if you ask her about it, she will tell you that everybody quit because she made it about her. Myself and her completely built this Diamond and literally it just crumbled. There's only one person left to this day that is actually still a distributor. So from that point on, instead of quitting again, she had seen the vision. She had, she saw what was available. She had met corporate. She felt their, their hearts and their passion. And she knew she was going to be in it. So she knew that something had to change. So from that point on, she started completely over, not using that diamond chart whatsoever. And she fell back, obviously, to, I think, probably executive level, and rebuilt her, completely decided she was going to go a new route. And from there, she started utilizing social media and Instagram to build her business. And have since, it has just completely changed. She is a triple getting ready to go presidential. So it's just, she was trying for so long to be, to run her business like I was. And she was trying to run her business like some, other leaders were. And it wasn't until she really found her niche and she found what she was really, really good at, that allowed her to find her passion and to find what she was gonna rock and roll at. And she's amazing at it.
She's so amazing at it. I never would have dreamed that, because I feel like she's just such a natural.
Yeah.
But when I had heard her story like a few months ago, and she was like, no, I quit. And then I came back, and then I quit, and then I came back. I was like, who does that? Who does that? And then here she is, Triple Diamond, going to go prez, because she finally saw the vision. But I think always, I don't know if you feel this way, but this is always, I feel like when somebody has an epiphany and they are like, ready to go for it, it's because they go to a conference or they go to a purpose.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Absolutely. Yes. I totally agree. It isn't, and it's something unexplainable. I can't describe what it is that, that feeds your soul when you're sitting in one of those chairs. I can't describe it, but it just completely changes you. Mm-hmm. And it's sitting in the chair, but it's also what happens outside of the events. It's the conversations, and it's the friendships that you make, and the relationships that are created from going to the event to begin with. It's that what keeps us going.
Exactly. I think so too. And and I had said this to a couple of the girls that were on before you got on, was that if you are feeling down, you have to get to the events. Yes. And if you're feeling good, the event needs you. Yes. So that's so true. That's why when you said that, so much what happens outside of even what you're getting from the stage, you're getting all the rest of the energy that the people that are feeling good, they're just exuding that to you.
It is. It's so contagious. Mm-hmm. For those people that are rocking and rolling and feeling really good, that energy is just so contagious, and it just lights you on fire.
Right. And I think that, for me, I've never felt that comparison kind of thing. I think it's my age. I just don't have a jealous bone in my body. Right. I don't have any desire to I'm thrilled for everybody's success.
Yes.
And I feel like that is what you have to focus on. So, the very first year when Jim and I went to conference, and we were in the very back, and everybody's heard this story, but we were in honestly, the very back row of conference, and we were sitting next to Kristen and Landon Ike, and Mackenzie walked across the stage as number 44 top money earner then, and she had just been in the business a few months, and everybody around us that we knew we were jumping up and down, and we were all crying, and Jim and I were hugging. And I remember just thinking, I can do this too. I think I can do this. It isn't like I thought I'm going to go Ambassador Diamond. I just thought, I want this group of people to be in my life, and I want to do this with them, because it's just so much fun to be involved with such positivity and excitement and passion. And, it's crazy. And it's hard for me to say to somebody, spend the money to get there, but I really feel like it makes a difference.
It does. It completely changes you. And the moment that you have that happen and you feel it inside of you, that's really the moment that you become a lifer. and that moment that you become a lifer, like it's game over. You're going to be an ambassador one day. Like that's it, period, the end. You're going to be an ambassador one day because you're not quitting.
Mm-hmm.
You just became a lifer. It's happening.
Mm-hmm. And putting a timeline on it for people, I mean, I feel like you do need to speak it into existence, like say what you want, but I don't think you need to say, I need to be Ambassador Diamond by Christmas. If you're an executive, don't do unrealistic things like that, because you can be in the business for 10 years. And as long as you stay the course, the money is still amazing. And the lives that you're changing along the way will lift you up when the times that you feel like, oh, I don't know for sure. Yes. Did you ever have a time that you felt like, I just am going to quit?
No, I never thought I'd quit.
Me either.
From day one.
And I feel like, again, it's just from being in those, in the events and doing things with other people, like-minded people, that I feel like I would be letting myself down if I got myself out of that amazing relationship. Why would I ever want to give that up? And the vehicle to get me amongst those people is it works. And then the bonus is the fact that you can make amazing money and help a lot of people along the way. So it's amazing. Okay. So, give us your best tip, just something that like comes to mind that you would love to share with all of us that will motivate us to finish June strong.
Okay. So I have two of them that I'm going to offer. And it's something that really relates to my story, and it's that success loves speed. Okay, we all know that. Get out there, work your business with a sense of urgency. Work it really, really hard. Run for diamond, run for double, run for whatever promotion that you're running for, and go get it. But also understand that success loves somebody that's not going to give up. Success loves somebody who's not going to quit. So as long as you have that instilled in your brain and instilled into your heart that you're not going to quit, you're going to be an ambassador one day. That's really all it takes, is just knowing that you're not going to quit.
That's
okay. And the other thing that I want to say is that knowing right there where you're sitting right now, understand that what you have your hands on is an opportunity that can completely change your life. And as soon as you feel that in your heart, as soon as you know that, okay, grab onto that and don't let it go, because that is what's going to give you the drive to go out there and reach your goals.
Yay! Oh, I love you. That's so true. I just think you're the best. I so appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
I just, anybody have any quick questions for Elisha or anybody? Anybody want to unmute and ask a question? Otherwise, I'm going to let her go. She's got a family to tend to.
Oh, babies are sleeping and Tyson's sleeping on the couch.
Oh, God's children were sleeping. Except us rap girls. We're still up.
Right.
Nobody?
That's right.
No questions. That's awesome. It's because you were so good. We don't have any questions.
Well, I'm here if you got any.
Anybody? So good. I just have so many things I want to ask you, but I don't want to monopolize you. But I'm so thankful that you came on and inspired me as usual.
I'm honored. I'm so happy to be a part of it. So I hope that I was able to, inspire somebody on here tonight. That's always my goal, is to, inspire at least one person to go out there and reach for their goals.
Yeah. Follow Elisha for sure on Facebook, you guys. Be a follower, because she does great posts and she's fun to watch. Didn't you guys just buy some land or something? Did you guys buy?
Yeah, marked a big thing off our dream board, something I can remember. It was when I first got started, and we got the dream board kits, that little piece of paper that came in our kits, and we were living in our old house, and I can remember putting on there, land for Tyson, and we bought 140 acres to hunt and fish and take the kids and make, memories as a family together. So we're really, really excited for that.
That is so cool. And is Christy and her husband doing it too? Are they? Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I love that you sisters are doing this together, and it really makes that bond, that sisterhood bond, even stronger. Don't you feel?
It does. It totally does. Like, we are so much closer now than we were ever before.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But there's no competition. It's just that you're all in this together.
That's
You
right.
have a lot of other people under you too, like higher ranks, don't you? I mean, because Kenzie was saying such and such is under her, and such. I'm like, oh my gosh! How many ambassadors do you have under you?
Oh, well, Lori Conway is one leg, so there's 25, 30 maybe.
Isn't that crazy, you guys?
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's nuts, is right.
It's nuts. But the thing is it's all a snowball effect. I mean, again, I got started just winning an extra $500, and so did the next person, and so did the next person, and so did the next person, and it just snowballed and snowballed and snowballed. And eventually I got to a point where we're in, the millions and millions of volume together as a team. So
crazy.
And
that just shows you too that you don't have to be, all of your people don't have to be personally enrolled to still make you excel. So, I mean, a lot
of times it does help. But a lot of times it's you opening the door for somebody. They open the door for somebody that opens the door to the next rock star.
Exactly.
And I think when we try to focus so hard on finding that rock star, we just get kind of discouraged when that person isn't there. But we have to remember that somebody else might be signing them. Another one of my presidentials isn't personally enrolled. So.
Yeah, but your paycheck is still pretty good.
Yes, it is.
All right.
I'm
going to say goodnight to all of you guys. I appreciate you all being on. I know you've been so busy and working like crazy, but thank you, Elisha. Thank you so much.
Very, very welcome.
Yeah, I will.
Good luck, everybody. Yeah. I can't wait to see the promotions on your team for this month. So
we're all pushing. No bonuses. We're not worried about bonuses. We're going for it, ladies.
Yeah.
All right.
Those promotions.
Yeah. Poop on them. Like Pam said, I hope they never bring those back. I love it.
Just get your butt on that cruise.
Really. That's right. Get on the cruise. For sure. We're going to be on there, and we're going to want all of you there too.
It is life. It's game changing. It's business changing. Mm-hmm. If somebody wasn't on there last year, literally that changed a big point in my business. And it was just like I said, it was getting to the events, and it was having those conversations and those relationships and the sidelines and the downlines and everything that just comes from it. So you need to be on there.
It's contagious. That was a good word. I'm going to remember that because that's exactly right. It's very contagious. So true. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye, guys. Thanks for